My soon-to-be ex-husband seems to feel entitled to another chance with me. My husband 29M and I 28F have been together almost 8 years, married for 2.5 of those. Last May, 2019, we separate seemingly overnight. He left me and our toddler and moved back to his hometown. There was never a solid reason given, just that he felt we should have never gotten married. In July, he changed his tune and wanted to be a family again. He was still at his job in his hometown, so I decided I would ride it out at my job in a different city for a couple of months to build my resume and then start looking for other jobs in his hometown. After 6 months of a brutal commute, taking care of our child during the week by myself and driving to his hometown every weekend, interviewing, basically bending over backwards, I finally landed a great job in December. A week before I was to move into the new house we were buying together and start my new job, I found out he had been having an affair. He begged and pleaded for me to stay with him, said he'd break off all contact, and I foolishly agreed to give him another chance. 2 days later, while I was back in the different city and completing my last week of work at my old job, he unblocked her on everything and liked her pictures on Instagram. I was devastated. On top of that shit show, he kicked me out of the house we were supposed to move in together and I had to find a new place to live 2 days before starting my new position. We have lived separately ever since. He has said and done so many hateful things in this time period, and said so many times that he wants a divorce that I've lost count. Up until a month ago he was still maintaining contact with her. I saw her car at his house, took pictures for the lawyers, etc. And he admitted he had been talking with her still. I stopped doing the pick-me dance about a month ago and stopped reaching out to him besides contact about our child. Now he has suddenly changed his tune and is desperate to get me back and will do anything. He has unfollowed her on everything. Unliked all her pictures. Tells me not to give up on our family. I've moved on. I am not interested in pursuing another relationship with him. He's hurt me deeply and I feel like I've been fucked over by him so many times that I've lost count. How can I tell him there isn't a chance without sounding like a completely heartless person? I still want to be able to maintain a strong co-parenting relationship with him, so I am friendly to him, but he seems to take that as I want him back. I have relayed to him my feelings, but they fall on deaf ears. He says he will never stop trying to get our family back together and does not want a divorce. I do. Does anyone have advice? Edited to add, just to show the kind of person he is, when I asked him about the reason for his sudden change of heart, he said it was because I seemed stronger. Ah, the irony. Honestly, a big thank you to the prick for yanking the rug under my feet not once, but twice, because I truly have realized how much better I can do and how I don't need anyone but myself to have a happy life. Second edit. Seriously, thank you to everyone who has read my story and commented. You have no idea how much it's helping me to focus on myself and realize I need stop considering the feelings of someone who had no consideration of mine. I only hope that anyone who is in a similar situation realizes that you can and you do move on. And I promise that you will feel like a 10,000-pound weight has been lifted off your back. Third edit. He is being served papers in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Guarantee that I've changed mask slips off. I hope I'm wrong, but I've learned all too well that my gut feelings are usually spot on. Hopefully I'll be back with an update in a few months with the good news that the split is official.
Relevant comments. Commenter. He's trying to keep the cycle going, and he's going to keep pestering you. He feels entitled to have his cake and eat it, too, if you'll pardon the expression. You absolutely deserve better. My perspective is that you're not heartless, but that won't change how you feel about it, so remember that he didn't think about his actions being heartless, because it was more than once. The fact that you're even concerned about it shows that you're a better person in my mind. Would choosing to stay in this relationship be heartless to you?
OP. It would be a huge setback in all the progress I've made. I think my big thing when we got divorced was being a single mom, divorced, and thinking no one would want me, and that is such bullshit. I really have impressed myself and my family and friends with how strong I've become. It's such a good feeling to know that despite the challenges I've faced, I'm still killing it. Edited to say we aren't divorced yet, coming soon. But that was a big fear of mine when all this first happened and I knew divorce was imminent. Update. Well, turns out my gut instincts were right. The entire time he was begging for another chance and promising this time would be different. He was still sleeping with the affair partner and telling him he loved her and would do anything to make it work with her. It didn't even hurt me to find it out. I was that unsurprised. It just helped me stop feeling guilty. I divorced his ass. I thank the universe every day that he is no longer connected to me in a romantic way. It feels like an enormous weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Shortly after my original post, I met someone by chance at a wedding and fell in love. This person is everything my ex-husband was not. The kindness, compassion, and respect they show not just me, but to my daughter as well, is like something from a dream. I never knew love could be so easy. To anyone in a loveless marriage reading this, leave. Do the hard thing, especially if they have a pattern of leaving/returning/cheating, etc. Lord knows I was terrified to cut the cord. At one point in time I was actually starting to feel bad for the guy because he was begging me every single day for another chance. He tried to convince me that getting a divorce would ruin my future, our daughter's future, that she would come from a broken family, but it was the exact opposite. It was broken already and I fixed it. Once I made up my mind that divorce was the best option, I absolutely thrived. I learned independence. I found how to be happy on my own. I found happiness in a partner. Life has never been so sweet. The bad shit makes the good shit so much better. Thank you, Reddit, for the support on my original post. It helped turn my graveyard into a garden.
Relevant comments. Mike Azar. I wish all the other people coming to this Reddit to ask for advice on relationships like yours reads this and it encourages them to end it. We're all so proud of you. Out of childish curiosity, can I ask if the girl he was dating is still with him or what kind of twisted version of the story between you two he tells her? I always find it so funny when they make up that their wife is evil or when the affair girls breaks up with them.
OP. It's funny you asked that. She actually reached out to me and apologized. I didn't care one way or another. I view her as a blessing in a weird way. Had it not been for her, I would probably still be with him, walking on eggshells and trying to show love to a person who didn't deserve the time of day from me. During her apology, she asked if he still reached out to me. I said he was begging every day. She then sung like a bird and said he was still with her. From what I understand, I desperately tried hard not to know details because that would imply that I actually gave a shit. She broke it off with him. I was weirdly proud of her because she seemed pretty desperate for love. I felt something like pity for her. However, she got back with him. She reached out to me about a month ago and told me she found him on Bumble while he was over at her house. Some people never learn. Yes, I know it's weird that the woman who caused my divorce texts me from time to time, but like I said, I am glad it happened and she is likely the reason I'm so happy today, as bizarre as it sounds. Edit. I don't want to misconstrue things. She is not the reason I am happy today, I am. I just credit her with a role in it because had she not been in the picture, who knows where I'd be today.
The Evil Bunny Lord. I do not want to ruin that awesome honeymoon period, but you just got out of something intense, everything's gonna feel intense. Please. Be careful with the new guy. I wish you luck and happiness, but I urge you caution. The comparison is always so attractive. Just don't rush to love again.
OP. Thank you. I completely agree with you, everything was intense for a while. However, if you look back at my post history, you know that I've been fighting this battle for almost 2 years. I had started to be fine on my own long before I met my now partner. After being in complete misery for almost 3 years, the marriage was over before either one of us said it out loud. I simply refused to apologize for finding happiness. I know within that I've had my time to heal. I've been with my partner for almost 7 months now and the feelings of love have not faded. Not disagreeing with you whatsoever or pushing your words of advice aside. But if this experience taught me anything, it's that my happiness and future, along with my daughter's, should always be put first.